Greetings and welcome to another Warhammer 40,000 Kill Team video, where today I'm going over the reveal of Kill Team Shadowhunt, which we haven't seen before. But before we get into things, please remember to like and subscribe as well as comment. Let me know what you thought of today's video if you found it useful and helpful. Remember, we've got Discord you can check out for free in the episode description below. And if you link at Games, if you link at Discord code at Crossfire Games, and a Patreon if you want to give me more support. But yeah, basically Kill Team Shadowhunt has been revealed. So the Night Lords versus Sisters of Battle, maybe with the Nightbringer. So I'm just going to go over the reveal and yeah, let's get into it. So as you may not have been aware, the Adeptus Sororitas are battling the Night Lords in Kill Team Shadowhunt, which is a new box which has been revealed. Now, as you may have seen yesterday, this actually looks like it comes with the Nightbringer, maybe? You know, that seems to be like, at least we're getting the rules for the Nightbringer. And I don't know what the rules for the Nightbringer might be, but if he's tied to the box instead of having this supplementary terrain, it's going to be very interesting because, you know, usually it gets like some people have been theorizing, maybe this is a way, instead of having add-on terrain, they're just going to add like 40k characters like the Nightbringer, which could work. It'd be very interesting. But effectively, Shadowhunt is set on Ultramar, on another tomb world arising, and this time the Sisters of Battle are arisen to fight the Night Lords in this Awakening Tomb complex. So we've got a new interesting setting here. But first off, we have the Celestian Insidiants. So they are a very anti-psyker kill team because they have a lot of null weaponry as well as like warded armor and stuff. And then they've got the Psycho Bolt, so those bolt guns, or the Condemner bolt guns, I believe, which have bonuses against psychers. So it's nice that we have a kill team that interacts more with the psyker keyword. But as you can see with the miniatures, you've got the Superior, who has some sort of null mace, I believe, with a fusion pistol. Then you've got your Reliquaria, so this has the Condemner bolt gun, so it's a bolt gun and then the Condemner on top with your icon, so it likely counts as 3 APL or /4 APL, because I'm expecting the leader to be 3 APL 9 wounds, everyone else to be 8 wounds with 2 APL. But all have a free up save. And then you've got your Dunoncia, who is like your comms. She's your Vox Screamer. Then you've got your Mortis Sanctus, who looks like to be your champion fighter. So a giant big power sword there. Then you've got your Censor. She only allows you to work with VPNs. But I'm not sure how that will work. Probably like a nullifying aura. Maybe an aura of like no psychic powers, or more annoyingly, no APL modifiers. Then you've got your Abjura, so this is the lady with the power sword and storm shield, so probably like double parries, 4 attacks, that kind of business, which should be pretty cool. Then you've got your Cremators, so I believe you might only be able to take 2 of these, but they both have Pyre pistols, likely, like flame pistols, and they also have null rods, so I could see null rods being 4/4 damage, hitting on freeze. And then you've got your normal warriors, which all look like they have null rods and Condemner bolt guns as well, which is pretty cool. I think this might be a 9 operative kill team. I just got a feeling, but overall it looks pretty cool. Like, it's finally great to have proper Adeptus Sororitas miniatures. You know, Novitiates were nice, but they didn't really hit the same spot. And this team looks pretty great. I believe this like operates the same kind of niche as like the Bodyguard for Adeptus Sororitas characters. But otherwise, it's a great unit. I love the head. I believe on some of the heads you can see like veils and stuff. Otherwise, yeah, they look great. It's just, you know, I've always liked the update. So this is a really good looking kill team. So the website adds on that they are experienced battle sisters who have prevailed against rogue psychers and heretic sorcerers, augmented by a brutal training regime that tests their spiritual endurance to the limit and hardens their souls to disquieting effects of null energy. Through arduous hours of intense medication and reflection, they learn to accept the sickness, disorientation, and paranoia that envelops within a null aura, allowing them to wield these powerful forces against sorcerers' foes. So basically, they'll probably emit a null aura, like, so you can't, they're not affected by psychic powers, and psychic powers within 6 inches don't work, so that kind of stuff. It's interesting because we don't really have a psychic heavy kill team apart from like Warp Coven. You know, Brood Brothers have a psyker and teams have like one, or like usually one psyker. So it's an interesting ability to have, because like, do you make it too dominating, or do you just make it like okay, because like, how much do you focus the kill team on it, considering it's not a popular archetype to run into? But otherwise, I'm very interested to see how this kill team shapes up. So then we have the Night Lord Murderwing. So this is a brand new kill team. So it's got updated raptors, effectively. Now, from the description, it looks like Warp Talons and raptors are combined, because as you can see with the champion there, he's got a normal jump pack, but then the Huntmaster has a Warp Talon jump pack. So, you know, with those added wings. So looks like they're probably existing in 40k. But otherwise, updated jump pack warriors. So you've got the champion who has a power sword and plasma pistol. Then you've got the hunt master who has kind of like this power spear. So probably gets benefits on the charge. You've got your shrieker who just has a bolt pistol and chainsword, but probably does things like the screecher on Nemesis Claw. So probably no rerolls within 3 inches. Because, you know, he's just booming boxes everywhere. Then you've got your Skyseer, who is your gunner, who can have a melter gun and most likely a plasma gun. Then you've got the Depredator from Denial with a nice Mark 6 helmet. So he's just got a massive chain blade. So that should be pretty cool. Probably 5 attacks hitting on 3s, 4/6. That would be really cool. You know, just flying around. Then you've got your Curse Claw. Yeah, I'm not a fan of the head. And those legs, bro. Bro, why are you skipping leg day? Don't skip leg day. What's up with these legs? Chicken legs over here, you know, with his chicken wings, chicken legs. I do like the mutated wing backpack and the arms. It's just those legs. They're just like, bro, just don't skip leg day. And then you've got your Raptor, who is your normal warrior, and then you've got your Warp Talon. So the Warp Talon obviously has paired lightning claws, which is really cool. And then you've just got your normal Raptor warrior. And then finally, they're accompanied by a Chaos Lord, the brand new Chaos Lord. So this guy, he's on a 40 mil base. You can buy him now, cough, cough. So it looks like you can either have some kind of maybe relic lightning claws, or then otherwise the kit can build a plasma pistol or bolt pistol, and then either a power fist or power weapon. I think you're generally just going to go with the dual lightning claws because they're probably going to have like ceaseless, way more benefit overall. But it's interesting that this is a 5 operative kill team, and not only do you get the Chaos Lord, but it looks like you also still get to run the champion as well. So that's going to be very interesting because you basically have a leader and a pseudo leader in the kill team. But otherwise, the miniatures look great. Some of them share poses. So like, as you can see with the champion's pose, has the same pose as the Predator from Denial. But you can just swap the arms onto another body and it should be fine. But it looks like it's a 1-box kill team. So that's pretty neat. Then going over the rules, the Murderwing operatives are experts in high-speed aerial combat and push their jump packs to the limit with a boost, allowing them to strike nearby foes, howl demoralizing shrieks, or even snatch whole operatives off their feet and drag them away while passing overhead. Slavering killers with heavy chain axes and warp-racked fanatics with wicked talons are equally fearsome in the ranks of the Murderwing. Egos held in check by the presence of a fearsome Chaos Lord. So it sounds by this ability they can boost, so probably move in a straight line, so probably with extra movement, and then either probably do like everyone they pass by gets like, I assume, -1 APL, or you can pull people away, which is really cool, or just get a, you know, just allow you to do a longer charge. So that sounds quite terrifying. The fact there are 6 operatives, all likely with fly and crazy movement, is going to be quite worrying, especially if they're like movement 7 or movement 8. That's going to be very worrying. We'll see how it plays out. You know, it'd be crazy if they had, let's say, like Seek and Destroy and Recon. But otherwise, they look like they're going to be a very fearsome but fun kill team. Then going over the Killzone itself. For this box, they say the missions included in Shadowhunt shake up the game with an innovative map layout that combines the ruins and rubble of Killzone Focus with the corridors of Killzone Tomb World. These descent Killzones are divided into 2 smaller boards, each half representing the upper or lower level of a combined battleground. Operatives can climb up or soar down through the entryways to claim objectives and ambush their opponents. So effectively, it's like a pseudo 2-level kill zone. And, you know, this is actually really cool. Like this I can see being used at events because that would be really fun and a nice way to balance it. So you basically likely set up half, it looks like it's a half a Focus board and then half a Killzone board, which you can do by where the maps fold out. So you have that. I mean, the Focus part looks heavily dense because it's got 2 strongholds, but this is obviously just an example. But the fact you can just switch between Focus and Underground is very, very cool. You can kind of see it better shown off in the start here. So this is how it would represent in the game. You don't actually have to have a 2-layered bunk bed board. I mean, if you're cool, you can do that and have the money, but you just basically stack them side to side because they are 2 slightly different sized boards. But that should be really, really fun. A lot of people basically do this for doubles format, so it's nice that it's effectively getting official rules. It's just a shame it's taken so long, but This is a really fun edition. I can't wait for this to release. Oh, and then they also add Kill Team Shadowhunt contains 2 double-sided boards, which use the maps and missions included, though the rules work happily with any 2 kill zones you want to use. A series of 3 joint-up missions tell the story of your combined kill team battling through Necron drones and to reach a radiant power source. Then 3 guesses who might be stuck in there, you know? It might be, as some people were calling him, the Night Breeder. While adversarial ops pit you against questing teams against one another as the Tomb Defenders attempt to stop you from unleashing the horror locked in its Blackstone sarcophagus. So very, very nice. They kind of cover that. So I can see that, especially if it's this board that is designed specifically for this, I can see this board being in high demand. Then finally inside the box, you get cards and tokens. So cards for both kill teams. We got a lot of tokens here. No idea what these tokens do. And then you've got the Shadow Dossier. It looks like those are just Chaos marks, like undivided Chaos marks. This looks like the Chaos side, and then you've got like the Sister side. But in addition to this, we get a little roadmap. So this is very interesting. So Shadowhunt is not coming out until 2026. And originally from the article yesterday, it sounded like it was the 4th box in the season, so end of season. It seems it still is end of season, but it looks like this season is only 3 sets. So we've got Tomb World, which should be coming out soon. Then we've got the mystery box in between. Now we've got Shadowhunt. So Shadowhunt is probably coming up around like March, April time, which makes sense. And then we've got another box, which is probably going to come out around December, January, you know, that kind of time frame. So the interesting thing is, if it's a 3 box season, what are we going to get another box? Maybe like a narrative box? It feels very strange that we would only get 3 boxes for this season. I wouldn't be surprised if we get a 4th box, but regardless, we have got a semi roadmap. So at least we're looking forward to 2 more undiscovered kill teams, which are probably going to be revealed probably at the World Championships of Warhammer preview. But otherwise, that's pretty neat. So for the Shadowhunt overview, obviously we have been shown this way earlier than we should have, but it's nice Games Workshop have shown it all off. I'm pretty hyped for this box. You know, I'm very interested about, you know, now the Warp Talon, well, the Raptors are 6 operatives, one with a Chaos Lord. So technically, if you wanted to get a head start, you can buy Chaos Lord now. And then we've got a full systems battle team, which is really neat. And I like how, you know, the box looks like it probably comes with the Nightbringer. So this box is probably stacked. I don't think it did because it's not previewed in the box, like in the article. So the Nightbringer might come plus or minus, but you have to remember with these approved op rules, which I'm glad Games Workshop keep on supporting, it's a really good sign that they are. We usually get rules for stuff that doesn't come in the box, like even in the Typhon box, they had a ton of NPO rules for stuff that was in Leviathan, but not in the NPO, not in the Typhon box. So we shouldn't assume, but we can guess. And yeah, I like how they're combining the kill zones finally. So a lot of people have actually been like trying to do that. So it's nice. Not only do they give you the rules for combining the kill zones, inside the box will come with a double-sided board that lets you do it. So you have like 1/2 dedicated to Gallic Arc, 1 to Vocus. So that is really awesome. I'm really glad that, and you've got like pseudo layers, like an onion, so you can climb up and climb down. So that's really cool. And you know, you've got the Celestian Insidiants who look cool, very interesting. Kind of worried, they probably have Acts of Faith, but their main focus seems to be like null auras, so anti-psyker. And psychers aren't that popular, but they probably have a way to represent that with like -1 APL auras. So I can see a lot of that stacking. And then for the Murderwing, they seem very fast. Like a 6 operative elite team with jump packs is terrifying. But also they have ways to boost their movement, like probably Shriek to make you have -1 APL and drag you around the board. So both kill teams, well, okay, so the Murderwing seems very terrifying at first. Like they're like stat check fast, which is terrifying. But then I would never doubt Adeptus Orientis teams. They're usually quite finicky with lots of rules. So I would expect both teams to be very solid. But we also got, you know, a roadmap pseudo. So this is query a free map, a free box season. I would say we're probably going to get a 4th box, which is probably some kind of like maybe narrative box. I would be shocked if we only get 3 boxes for a season. But this box is probably coming out like April, May next year, 2026. And we should have 1 more box around December, January time. So we got a pseudo roadmap, which is really nice. But overall, I'm very hyped. You know, I do feel for GW, like obviously whoever leaked this and caused them to reveal everything very early is crazy. But damn, this is really hyped. I love the direction they're taking Kill Team, at least from the release point, in terms of like, you know, you're still not only getting all these brand new competitive teams with brand new model kits, we're also getting like additions for ways we can play the game, and they're still focusing on like MPO stuff we saw in Typhon, so you can see like more cooperative and narrative stuff. So that's really cool. So I'm pretty hyped for that. But that's pretty much it from me today. Please remember to like and subscribe as well as comment. Let me know what you thought of today's video, if you found it useful and helpful. What do you think of the new Shadowhunt release? Let me know. And remember, I've got a Discord you can check out for free in the description below, and a affiliate Element Games, a link in Discord called Crossfire Games, and a Patreon if you want to give me some more support. And I'm just going to quickly shout out my patrons. So for my adults of the crew, I have Trench Fever, Tom, the Houston Toad, Super Cow, Nick, Mercenary Q, Mr. Meatwad, Marshall, Lucas, Graham, Fangzoo, Draken, Dan, Dada Goldens, Chris, Alex, Amorphium, and Alexis. Thank you so much for your support. It really means a lot to me and helps support the channel. But yeah, I may be back with another video next week. I am very busy now because I have to prep for Nova. But we'll see. You know, who knows? By the time I've posted this video, we might have another box revealed. But remember, no matter what gets revealed for Kill Team, you always have a chance to win as long as you can roll a crit.